Okay, guys, so today we are going to be talking about my plans for the next 12 weeks. Now, this plan started yesterday. I know I've not been very consistent on this channel, but hopefully beginning yesterday, I can be very consistent on this channel and I can be able to post at least 2 videos per week. And I'm not really going to be trying to do a lot. I really just going to use this channel as my basically my journal for trading and faith and finance and life in general, basically. So a lot of times you just see me sitting in my car here just talking and just trying to vent out what I'm doing, what I've done wrong, what I can do better as a day trader, as an entrepreneur. Because I've been trading for about 3 years now, if you don't know, and I feel like I keep going through the same cycle over and over, which trading is one of those things where you know exactly what to do, but for some reason it's just hard to do it, right? That is weird, because it's the hardest way to make easy money is through trading. And because with trading is something that is you versus you. I think the hardest battle to fight is the battle from within. That is you going against yourself, right? Because I do have a detailed plans on how to trade when I'm sitting at my desk. But for some reason, when I sit at my desk and I get in a trade, I see myself going to profit. It's just a little bit different. I tend to steer away from my plan by abiding by them or following it. I tend to steer away from it. So hopefully for the next 12 weeks, I am going to have a detailed plans week by week, and I'm going to be reviewing them at least every weekend and see what I'm doing. And my goal for the next 12 weeks here is going to be focusing more on the process, because for the last three years, what I've been doing with trading or entrepreneurship, basically just thinking every time about, oh, what if I make this? What if I make this? What if I make that? And when you think about the outcome more than the process, a lot of times you tend to fail. So that's what I feel like I've been doing for the last 3 years, right? Because I tried selling online. I really didn't do it intentionally. I wish I did it, intentionally. Then I'll probably be doing it as a business now, and I probably wouldn't be looking for a job. But anyway, long story short here, so this past December, I decided to go full-time day trading after doing it for 3 years, because I feel like at this point, I know what the reason why I've been blowing a lot of my prop firm, accounts. I trade prop firms. I trade with TraderFi. I trade with Take Profit Trader. I trade with my funded futures. I trade with Apex Trader Funding, the big dog, of course. And I feel like every time I get accounts, I'll probably get. And now I'm making some progress, right? Where I'm getting payout at least once a month, or every other week I'm getting payout. I'm getting about 4 or 5 grand here and there with payout and stuff, which is covering up, some of my bills, and also my prop firm's accounts. But I feel like I can do better, right? I feel like I can be making upwards of, 6 figures per month, which is possible because I see it. I see the math. I do the math, and I know that it's possible. But I just have to be able to, just take my time and go slow with it and focus more on the process. When I get on the chart, I should be asking myself, how can I focus more on the process today? How can I wait? How can I be patient? How can I wait for my setups? How can I reconfirm that this setup is exactly what I'm looking for? How can I be able to convince myself not to chase moves, right? Where I'm like, oh, the trade is probably going to be here, and then it get there without me, and then now I'm like, I got to chase it, and then it turns against me, and then, or how can I focus more whenever I sit down, how can I focus more on basically my, my process of like, how would I deal with myself if I lose money in the market today? how can I not oversize because I'm trying to make X amount of money today, right? Because one of the things I noticed about myself is that whenever I get, because I trade NQ, CL, and gold, right? But with NQ, whenever I get in with 2 contracts, I'm okay. 1 contract, I'm more relaxed, right? But anything above 2, 3 contracts, 4, 5 contracts, as soon as I enter the trade, my heart starts to race right away for no reason. I mean, well, the reason is because I'm oversizing. And if you trade a lot of prop firms and you know 150K account is really not 150K account because it's just buying power, and your actual amount in there is about $4,500 or $5,000 or $6,000, depends on what company you go with or what prop firm you're trading with, you know that you just have that leverage of 4K or 5K or 6K in there. It's not. So if you trading NQ with the volatility in the market right now, and you go on with 3 contract, 4 contract, that's basically gambling. And that's where my heart starts to perforate. That's where it starts to like beat really, really fast. And it's crazy. So, but for the next 12 weeks, I got this book right here, the 12-week year. Because a lot of times I feel like when the year is coming to an end, we tend to say, oh, this year I want to do this. We have our yearly resolution or whatever they call it. And we want to do this, we want to do this. And then 2 months and 3 months and 4 months and 5 months. And then we start to fade, you know, and we stop doing what we were supposed to do. So I started reading this book, like I mentioned, the 12-week year. And it helps you, basically condenses what you're supposed to do within over 12 years, but just try to condense it within 12 weeks and try to accomplish it. Because I mean, we all know, especially with me, sometimes I like to procrastinate. One of the reasons why I'm not making a lot of money from day trading right now is I like to procrastinate, right? Which is a bad thing now. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this video and this challenge, because I want to get myself out of that, right? When we are procrastinating, for example, you have a test or an assignment that's due at 11:59 p.m. and you know the time is getting closer there, right? You can do all you have to do. Like, you can literally put in yourself to it. And because you know the time is short, you try to accomplish it within a short period of time, right? So imagine transferring that same attitude within 12 weeks, something that you're supposed to accomplish within 12 years, condensing it to 12 weeks and trying to accomplish it, right? Even if you don't accomplish it within 12 weeks, you can set another 12 weeks goal, 3 months, and try to accomplish it in the second 12 weeks, right? So I think that's going to help me. I'm going to read, I already read, you know, up to like 8 chapters. I'm on the second part right now, and it's helpful. It's definitely helpful. The second part right now is just telling me exactly what principles to use, how to put those into practice and stuff. So I will be reading them, and week by week, I will be also be going, you know, over everything basically to just see how I can be able to, you know, help myself. Even if I don't accomplish 80 or 90%, if I accomplish 70% of what I have written down week by week, I think I'll be somewhere really good. So, but that's it. If you're out there struggling as a day trader, as an entrepreneur, you know, I just say, just keep going. Just make sure every time you become 1% better each and every day, every week, every month, just become 1% better every day. And be a good person, man. Because the thing is, first of all, if you decide to become an entrepreneur, that's a great start. That's you asking questions. Why do I have to sit at a desk to make $20 per hour or $30 per hour or $50 per hour when I know out here I could be making $1,000 per hour? Or in 1 month I can make 100,000, next month I can make nothing, right? I feel that life is too short to really be just focusing, you know, on sitting in the office and trying to accomplish somebody else's dream. I think we all have a dream that and a purpose for being on earth here. So every day that we wake up, you know, it's another day to accomplish our dreams and goals. Because when you think about it, the bosses and the, you know, owners that we're trying to please every day, we know they don't give a heck about us, bro. They're done. So hey, it's out here, man. Let's The worst thing that can happen, we can fail. We can fail it again. We can fail 1,000 times. We only need one time to work out, and we'll never go back to our regular job again. And then in James, let me close with this, right? James, I think James chapter 1, verse 2 and 3, if I'm not getting it wrong, it says, consider it pure joy, my brethren, whenever you are faced with trials of many kinds, because the testing of your faith develops your perseverance, right? So every time you go through something hard, stick through it. Once you can accomplish that particular thing, or you can conquer it, you're going to be able to acquire that skill that you can use in future challenges. But if you have a challenge here and then you run away from it, guess what? You're going to keep running away from other challenges that are going to be coming, right? And the same thing just applies to our working areas, our job sites and everything. You and the boss, you'll work for about 8 hours a day. But he gets paid more money than you do because he's not getting paid by the time, right? Because he is able to solve more problem, harder challenges than you do, right? It's all about the value that we bring to the market. It's all about the value that we bring to the company or whatever thing. So if we can add that same type of value to ourselves, the sky's the limit to what we can earn. So I'm just on here encouraging you that's watching the video. Stick through what we're going through. Been trading 3 years. Haven't been consistent, but the goal is in the next 3 months. Now I'm putting a time limit on it because it's time to put a time limit on it. So the goal is to be able to be consistent and do it full-time, travel, right? And one of the things is, because I see my Discord all the time. I don't have a Discord, but like I'm in this platform Discord and I see other guys making 20 grand a day, 30 grand a day, or getting paid out every day. And I'm like, why not me? Or somebody says, oh, I've been trading for a year or so, and then I got X amount of subscribers and I'm getting paid out. And it's like, well, it will take some time, right? Sometimes God knows his way of doing things. Sometimes he works on his own timing. Because you got to think about it. Sometimes, what if you get a whole bunch of money like right now, and then that could be detrimental to you, and God knows that. So he's like, just slow down, things will be all right. But anyway, I appreciate you so much for watching today. At least once or twice a week, we are going to be here. I'm going to be, telling you how my process is going, what I can do better, and how trading is going for me and all that stuff. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. God bless you.